Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fausto Pugliese, president, founder of Cybertree University, and today's topic we're going to talk about is how I became a successful trader after blowing up 3 accounts. Now, today I felt is a very, very important topic because a lot of us here are starving for education. You don't know where to go. You hear some people, they're in the education business, or all they're doing is they're trying to throw things on you, or some of you feel like, let me attend some free webinars. Let me see, maybe I can learn it on my own. Or some of you out there are just pretty new and don't know where to turn. So what I'm looking to do today, ladies and gentlemen, is I want to tell you a little history about CTU. I want to tell you a little bit of history about myself and how I got here and why I love to teach people. And my ultimate goal today, ladies and gentlemen, is to hopefully recruit every single one of you to be part of the family of Cybertree University, because that is what it's all about. See, what you're going to realize today, ladies and gentlemen, is that you're right, Jake, and everyone's trying to sell stuff, and I get it, and I understand. But I'll be honest with you, school's not free. I have a 17-year-old son that's looking to go to college, and I don't know why all of a sudden every school now is $50,000, $70,000 a year. But the difference that makes us separate from everyone else, ladies and gentlemen, is we're just not here to train you. We're here to trade with you. We're looking you to be part of our company, be part of our team, part of our trading environment, because you can't trade on your own. And that's where I'm going with this about blowing up 3 accounts. Now, let me just change the slide here, guys, and let me just give you a little brief description about Cybertree University and tell you a little history about how this all came to fruition. I've been doing this for 25 years. I'm one of the longest running schools in the industry. We're the pioneer. We're the original professional trading room that started the whole thing. And because when I started, ladies and gentlemen, I was you 25 years ago. Now, how this all came into fruition, like I said earlier, is that when I started, I was 22 years old, and the way I got into the business was this. I live in New York. This is the financial capital of the world, and I've seen people make a lot of money. You hear a lot of people make money in the stock market, but I wanted to go beyond that. I wanted to get back into and say, you know what? I want to actually be in that business. Okay, I know people make a lot of money. I know you can if you have money, you have to invest it. If it's your IRA or anything like that, and we all have that stuff, but it gets to a point that, like, you know what, I want to go to that next level. I want to actually be in that business. Like, why these guys make so much money? Well, what happened with me is I got into the business, and I started as a stockbroker, and I lost miserably. I mean, I'm sorry. I started as a stockbroker, and I hated it. I realized I was just a glorified salesman. And but one thing I did learn is that the most prestigious job in the industry was being a trader. So I quit my job, and I says, you know what? I've got my license. Let me try to trade. Why? I want to be the other guy on the other side of the phone. I want to be able to do those trades, not be able someone to tell you what to buy and sell. Well, I lost miserably. My dad being an immigrant, I'm first generation Italian, and my dad was a very, very hard worker. He was in the landscaping business, and my parents, I really didn't spend that much time with my dad in a way because he was working 6, almost 7 days a week. And he told me, he says, son, I don't want you to suffer. I want you to have a good family. I want you to spend time with your kids. I'm here working as an immigrant to make sure that you can have a better future. And one of the big things I want to do is I want you guys to be able to, if you do something that's not going to get your hands dirty, that's basically what you have to do. Okay? And that's how I got into the finance business. So what ended up happening, he gave me some money, and I started trading because I said, Dad, I know how to trade. I was a stockbroker, yada, yada, yada. So anyway, within 2 months, I lost it all. Okay, Dad's going to work, gives me more money. He says, okay, son, I told him, I sold him, told him what the things I made, the mistakes I made, and that was it. By the way, is everyone can hear okay? It looks like there's a couple of people here had some issues. Just want to make sure. Everybody should be able to see the video. If you have any problems, guys, just log out and log back in. All right, so to make a long story short, I blew up that account, and he gave me one more shot. And he says, son, this is it. I'm giving you one more chance, and now you need to go work for somebody, okay? Because I'm not giving you any more money to blow up. I work really hard. I bust my butt every single day to hopefully that you could do something that you have to do the same. And all you're doing is you don't know why you're making money. You don't know why you're losing money, because all of a sudden in your mind, because you read a couple of books and you're watching, you think you're reading the newspaper and listening to some analysts and thought that you knew some technical analysis, that now you think you're a trader. And you know what? I was laughing because my dad, I'm like, my God, my dad was not as dumb as I thought. He's like, listen, you want to be good at it? Look at the guys that work for me. And they went on and started their own business. You have to work for somebody. So that is what I did. I took a job as a trader. And let me tell you, and this is what you're going to learn in the next few moments, ladies and gentlemen. What I've learned within the first 30 minutes that I was in, that I went to go work for somebody, I should have never, ever made my first trade. I didn't know how to follow dominating brokerage firms. I didn't know you could see that data. I didn't know I had the wrong brokerage account. I didn't know that I was trading blind this whole time. And that's what you're about to see. You're going to see, and this is the reason, almost 90% of the people that trade in the market don't even have the proper tools. 78% of them all lose money trading. And I'm going to show you how you lose money. So hopefully you're going to realize, ladies and gentlemen, that and fellow traders, that if you really love this job and you really think you're going to be successful at doing this, then there's only one way to do it successfully. And it's not just by doing your research and trying to find a school that's going to teach you how to do it. You actually have to work there. You actually have to be part of that trading room, okay? And you got to be surrounded yourself with good, successful traders. Think about it. Why does everybody want to work for the most successful businesses in the world? Because that's why they're successful. You know, I mean, that's what it's all about. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, I have a passion to teach. So what I did was, over the years, I'm also the author of the book of How to Beat Market Makers in Their Own Game. But what ended up happening with me is I surrounded myself with great traders. I learned from the best traders in the industry. And what I'm about to show you right now is that if you really, really, really want to do this, and if you really have the passion, then let me tell you something. I will take you under my wing, and I will show you how to play the game the right way. But I'm just telling you right now, you do it right or don't do it at all, because every dollar that you work for, those 20, 30, 40 years that you save for that pension, let me tell you, you could blow it up in 6 months. The money that you're supposed to live on, the Social Security you thought that was put in place that you could retire off, which is obviously not paying enough in today's times, you're going to realize there's nothing better than what we're doing right now. So let's move on, and let me tell you a little bit about my family, ladies and gentlemen. So I have two families. The family on my family on the left, my beautiful wife Debbie, Alex, Lucas, and Max. That's my family. I go to night, but then I also have my family during the day, which is on the right. Those are my students, and you're going to meet these students, okay? Because these students know that the way you're going to be very successful, you need to be a trader with them. And these are my fellow traders, and you're going to be part of them too. So hopefully we're going to be able to recruit you to come join our not only our school, but our trading room, so you could do this as a career just as successful as them, and then you could have a successful life and have more time spent with your family. Because let me tell you something, I don't need to convince you of this. Trading is the best job in the world. You are your own boss. You can come and go whenever you please. You got no employees. You got no rent to worry about. You could do this anywhere in the world, just like Tim said. You know, he's from South Africa. Okay, you don't have to come to New York and find, or be in South Africa to try to find, you know, oh, I know I can't go to New York, but is there anyone in South Africa that's the best in the industry? Well, that's what we're going to show you, why Cybertree University is the longest and best school in the industry. So before I did that, ladies and gentlemen, I also wanted to kind of go around the world, and I competed against every school, and I beat every school in the world. Why? Because not a lot of people are traders. Okay, I was trained as a trader, I'm one of the original, what they call SOS bandits of the industry. And the reason why I'm taking the time to explain that to you is because everybody's looking for shortcuts. Everybody's sitting there, hey, who's got the next best indicator? Oh, who could give me the hot stocks to trade? Guys, you need to figure it out on your own. What you need to do is not just find the right school, but you have to find the right team to be successful at this. Because just because someone could teach you, what's wrong with the after effect? I mean, think about it. How many people here went to college, and then this college like, okay, son, we got our money. Now go out there in the world and try to take what we taught you and put it to the test. Wouldn't it be great that the school actually recruited you, and now they train you how to do it? And now because if they're so great, don't they practice what they preach? Well, that's where our goal is. So let's get right into this, ladies and gentlemen, and let me do a quick poll question. All right. My poll question is this. What type of trader are you? Okay, so right in the right-hand side, does everyone see the poll question? Could everyone just click on and just tell me what kind of trader are you? Are you a stock trader? Are you a options, futures, forex? Okay. So we're getting, there we go. And if you click on the little poll question on the left, you could see it. Wow, interesting. So we got, wow, that thing's bouncing around a lot. That's pretty cool. You gotta love these webinar technologies. I mean, it's just great that now, listen, it's so funny. You always hear people say, you know what? They never called me on that poll question. Why don't they tell? So we got a lot of poll questions. So if you want to have a lot of fun and know how you're going to be towards the rest of the world that are here, this is what the best way to do it. So we're getting about almost 44% of you are stock traders, 19, 20 options, 14 futures, and a lot of forex. Okay, so let me tell you what I am. I'm a stock trader. Now, the reason why I'm a stock trader is that stock trading I always found was a little bit easier. You hear about it on TV all day. You hear about it. Everyone's talking about the stock market is above 23,000. I don't know where the futures, have been bragging about the futures or the options index, but I know what they're looking on the Dow and the S&P futures, how well those are doing, the SPX and everything else. But the thing is this, stock trading, if you want to be a good options trader, you first have to learn how to trade stocks because it's the movement of the stock that makes the option move. And, futures are great and forex are great. And it's nice to know a little bit about what they are. But what I'm going to focus on is what I love to trade is stock trading. And you know what? You could do some futures, you could do some forex, but the thing is, at the end of the day, when you trade your IRA, your IRA is not in a forex trade. When you're doing an IRA or your pension, it's not in an options trade or in the futures. It's all about the stock market. So it's all about the stock market a little bit, and then you can make a decision. At least you understand a little bit of, oh, now I know why I should trade this market over the other. Now, what is your favorite style of trading? Okay. John says, I'm very intrigued about day trade. Well, you know what, John, when I show you this, you're going to be almost drooling in your mouth, okay? So let's do another poll question. And the poll question is, what is your favorite style of trading? So can everybody see that poll question? And let's reset the poll. Here we go. Are you a day trader? Are you a swing trader? Are you a long-term trader? Position trading. Looks like we got that twice. Long-term position trading, long-term position trading. All right, so it's one or the other. So swing trading and day trading. Now, by the way, you could day trade with options, futures, and forex too, guys. Now, let me just explain to you what the difference is. Day trading is you're in and out the same day, okay? You can't strategically do both. It has to be done at the design. So yes, we swing trade. I do some swing trading. I do some long-term investing, but I will always call myself as a day trader because I like to sleep at night. Day trading is a little more conservative. It's a little bit more easier to do. At least at the end of the day, you know what you made. And listen, you don't know what you made until you sell the stock. So when it comes to that, makes things a little bit different. Okay, so it looks like a lot of you are day traders. That's great. So Now let's get right into it. Now, before I won, I lost it all, and that was a mistake I made, and I want you guys to make that mistake. So I'm going to teach you what those mistakes are, because it's not about the winners, it's about the losers that we have to focus on. Okay, it's the losers that make the big mistakes for us. So let's talk about rule number one that you're not supposed to do. Okay, now I know people looking at this and be like, I don't get this, Fausto. Rule number one, do not open up a brokerage account. And I'll explain to you why. Anyone know anybody that's just starting to learn how to drive? Let me tell you, my son just got his license, my 17-year-old, and I'll never forget this. It was the most scariest experience I've ever had. It's like, but I mean, could you imagine just giving someone the keys of the car that never took his road test or never learned how to, been in class, knows none of the rules, nothing. We all know driving a car is very easy, right? Well, trading is pretty similar too. So the reason why I'm saying this is that the first thing people tell me is this: let me try trading, and if I do well, then I'll learn how to do it. Now, I'm stopping thinking about that. I'm like, I don't understand. That really makes no sense to me. That's like saying I'm going to give my money to a financial planner, but he has no experience of trading. He wants to test my money, and he's going to learn from my money. And if he does well, he does well. I mean, would you give your money to somebody that never knew finance? So don't go out there and open up a brokerage account. That's the number one mistake that people make. Because I'll tell you why. Half the people fail just on this mistake. And the reason why it's a big mistake is because they open up with the wrong brokerage account. Okay? So let me tell you a little bit about the brokerage accounts. Okay? Well, the difference, there are two different types of brokers. There are online brokers and there are direct access brokers. Okay, does everyone here know what the difference is between an online broker and a direct access? Online brokers are like Schwab, Fidelity, Scottrade, E-Trade. Okay, let me explain to you how these people make money. They trade against you. Okay, online brokers. If you're looking to do this as a career, if you're looking to do this as an active trader, first of all, you cannot day trade with an online broker. If you are, now you're going to be in the 80–90% failure rate alone. But let me explain to you how these brokerage firms make money off you. Basically, if you follow my little mouse right here on the top, here's your order. TD Ameritrade, it depends on the brokerage, depends on what kind of account, but they're an online broker. Just ask them. And John, I'm going to show you what the difference is between online and direct access in just a couple of moments, okay? So here's your order, and your order goes to a brokerage firm, all right? And just want to fix something here. So you're sending an email, and what they're going to do is they're going to take your order, and they're going to basically sell it for something called payment for order flow. Does anybody know what that word means, payment for order flow? If you don't, read the back of your account statements. Basically, in layman terms, they're taking your order and they're selling it to another brokerage firm, and they're getting paid on the back end. So they're selling order flow. They're not even buying the stock for you, okay? Now, if they can't sell it, well, Phil, that's great. Phil, that's great, but imagine how much more successful you'd be with a direct access broker, okay? Not saying that you can make money with them, but you have to understand how orders get executed. So basically, here's your order. If they can't sell it, then it goes through order routing system. They're going to first check if they could do a dark pool, meaning they're going to sell stock and inventory. If they don't, it goes to the trading desk, which is the market maker. He's going to try to buy it on the bid, and he's going to sell to the offer, and then the order gets executed. So, I mean, it sounds like a lot of moving parts, but let me tell you something. Think about this for a second, Phil and everyone else. Do you really think brokerage firms make money charging you $7 a ticket? I mean, honestly, how do you think they make money? Can anyone explain that? Do you work for $7 a ticket? Do you work for minimum wage? Okay, you are all very successful people. That's why you're here. You have money, you made money, you work for somebody. You think they work for $7 a ticket? Come on. All right. When you're dealing with direct access, there is no middleman. It's just you, the market you. Now, have any of you guys ever seen a direct access? Well, commissions, that's right. So $7 commissions, you really think they make money on $7 commissions? Okay, so have any of you guys have ever seen a direct access trade? Have any of you guys ever seen one before? What it's like to see an order go out there? No one has. No one has seen what a real direct access order is. Okay. Let me do something here. Just give me a second. All right. Can everyone see this execution system? Can everyone see the execution system okay? All right, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to route an order through the NASDAQ exchange. These are called ECNs. You see it says right there, it says NASDAQ right there. This is the bid on the left. The right is the offer, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click over here and I'm going to negotiate. I'm going to try to buy 100 shares. I'm going to put a limit order out there, and you see that 6? Okay, I'm going to try to buy it at 21 cents. Okay, I'm going to go out there and try to buy it 21 cents. So I'm going to click over here, and I'm going to click buy. Do you see where it just turned to 21 for 100 shares? That's me. That's Fausto. Now watch when I click cancel. You see how it turned to 20? Okay. So basically what I did is I acted as a market maker, and that is what you call direct access. So basically I'm out there competing against Goldman, Merrill, Shearson, EDGX, all the exchanges. Let's do it again. Looking to buy, I'm going to raise my price. I want to try to buy 200 shares, okay, at $13.21. I'm going to click buy. You see how it turned to 200 at $13.21, okay? If I click cancel, okay, actually he didn't get off, probably locked the system, but now it's gone. If I change it to, let's see if I can fix it and change to 100, and there you have it. So basically what you just saw, ladies and gentlemen, is me out there negotiating. See, turn to 1. There's my order, live order. Cancel, went back to 20. Yes, that's basically the order book, Phil, and that's basically direct access. So now ask yourselves a question, ladies and gentlemen. Can you guys put orders out there and see your orders being posted on out there? Can you guys see that? Can you see when you place an order? Can you see why you're buying it, why you're selling it, who you're competing against, how you're outbidding people? Can you all do that? How much money will you saved, and how much more would you all understand why you got the stock and why you didn't get the stock? Once I saw that, I knew right away I was trading on the wrong side. Once again, we're here talking about the stock market. If you're doing it on futures or forex, that's great, okay? And that's how you know the difference if you have the proper brokerage account, which a lot of people don't have. Now, let me change the slide here. And get into the actual rule number 2. Make sure you have the right tools. Okay, so everybody's out there, and that's the next biggest thing. Everyone's trying to buy the new best indicator, the next best news service, and everything. But it all comes down to having the data, okay? Now, like I told you earlier, I was a market maker. I used to be, I was one of the original Souls Bandits. I had to be a market maker to do that. So when it comes to trading, this is just something that you're going to start realizing that now you're trading blind when it comes to orders. There are three ways of seeing orders: level 1, level 2, and level 3. Level 1 shows you the best bid and best offer, real time, which is great. It was good back in the 80s. In the 90s, we had level 2, which was good. It kind of showed you what the market makers were buying and selling, but that is obsolete now. That was big in the early 90s, and now we're in the 2000s and 2010s. Now this is what's the biggest thing. It's called level 3, okay? Level 3 is going to show you all the orders out there. Now, is anyone here trading with level 3? So let's do a quick poll question. All right, we're going to start the poll. Anyone here trading with level 3? Just click on the poll on the bottom, on the left. You can see there on the right, and start the poll. Do you have level 3 access? Now remember, level 3 is what I just showed you. You could see the orders, you could place them out there. Okay, now I want you to look very closely on these poll questions, because this is what's going to separate you from being a professional trader and an investor, just someone that just wants to do their 1-2 trades a month. Okay, so 56% of you say no, 31% of you say yes, 12% said no. So I'll take that. So I'll add that extra 12% as a no. There's no such thing as being a little pregnant. That's what my wife always said. Right? So if you're not sure, then we'll just take that as a no. So basically, let me talk a little bit about what level 3 is. Jim is a student from Cybertree University. By the way, Jim, thank you so much for sharing that. And if everybody wants to read what Jim has to say, just to let you know, we have a lot of students that are here today to help recruit new traders to join our room. And they were all you when they first started, and took a lot of convincing in the beginning, but they really realized that the only way you could be very successful is to be part of a team. And they all know that if they can help recruit more of you guys to join us, we just want to trade against the uneducated people out there. Unfortunately, it's a business, and business is about making money. And they're here to kind of show their support on Cybertree University, so they could go out there and share that with you. But thank you very much, Jim, for that, and all the students that are here at Cybertree University. So let's talk about what level 3 is. Level 3, basically, you get to see all the buyers and all the sellers. So when you compare it towards level 2 to level 3, level 1, you're only seeing the best bid and the best offer. You're not seeing all the orders. Now, a question for everyone. How do stocks go up and down in the market? If it's futures, if it's forex, how do they go up and down? What drives them to go up and down? Everyone should be able to answer this question. How does that work? Price, supply, and demand. Exactly. Supply and demand. It goes with anything. Just keeping it very simple. The problem with level 2, and I know a lot of people have level 2, they think, oh, but I got level 2. It's, listen, it's free. It's worthless. That's all it is. Level 3 is where you get to see all the orders. Thinkorswim doesn't have it. Thinkorswim's a great platform, but Thinkorswim doesn't offer it because it's a free platform. But what you see in level 3 is this. What we're looking for is something called Iceberg orders. We're looking for something that's going to show us all the orders out there. You heard of high frequency trading? Basically, this is where we get to see where the institutions are, all the high frequency trades. So let me explain to you what it is. Does everyone here know how to read? Is everyone here? You have level 3 in Thinkorswim, John? Okay, well, as long as you could see Well, that's news to me, John. Great platform, but let me tell you, are you paying $15 a month for it, John? Because the exchanges charge for it, and as long as they're paying for it, then you know you got it, okay? And you know how you know if you have it is what we're going to show you right now. Right here, everyone I assume knows how to read charts, so everyone has see this little, what do you call this right here? When a stock goes down and it goes up, what is that called? Can anybody answer that question? What is that? What's that called? No, it's a very easy question. Everybody can answer that. Yes, it's support levels, right? It's a bottom. So why did the stock hit this bottom and went up? Can you tell me that? Why did the stock go down and was sitting here for about 20 minutes and then started going up? Why did it bounce at 13 and went all the way to 13.20? Okay, Rich is saying the market orders hit the bid and lifted the offer. Well, what did we just said earlier? How do stocks go up and go down? Supply and demand. Well, there must have been a big demand for it. Okay? Do you see buyers and sellers on a chart? I mean, where does a chart get its data from, right? Think about it. It gets it from orders. You don't see orders on a chart, do you? Okay? So the reason why it went up is because when you look over here on the right-hand side, ladies and gentlemen, this is called a matrix. Okay, this is something, one of the platforms we use is called on the TradeStation platform. Great platform. And if you look down here, right around $13, do you notice that there's a 12,000 share buyer out there? Okay. Now think about it. What is going to make a support level? A 200 share buyer, 1,000 share buyer, or a 12,000 share buyer? You see, this is what makes stocks go up and go down. See, this is what I've learned as a trader, and this is what I was telling you earlier. Before I was a successful trader, I was a very successful loser. Why? Because I lost because I didn't know you can get this data. I didn't know you could see these orders. And then when I finally took a job as a trader, my mentor said, "Hey, Fausto, do you know what Instinet is?" And I'm like, "I heard of it. I never seen it." They're like, "Well, this is not a unicorn." I said, "This is the real thing. This is a real game, okay? You need to see where the orders are. You are now officially looking to be a trader, okay? You're not looking to invest. You need to know how to trade the market. You need to see where Goldman Sachs is, Merrill Lynch is, Shearson. You got to look at where these big traders. You're going into a bull pit with a bunch of savages, and they will eat you up and spit you out. They don't care about your order. All they care about is they're going to sucker you in to buy something that they're trying to sell, and you need to know where those orders are. And you need to know where they're buying it and where they're selling it. And if you don't want to do that, and if you want to be ignorant, then you're in the wrong business. You know? So somebody comes up to me and says, you know, Fausto, and I know somebody's going to probably say this, and I'm like, "Oh, but Fausto, how do you know these are real orders? I heard about these orders. I heard that these are fake orders." Well, first, a couple of things I want to clarify. Why would any of you want to be in the business where there's a bunch of thieves and crooks? That just boggles my mind. And secondly, how do you know these are fake orders? Who told you they're fake orders? If you think it's fake, why don't we go out there and execute one of them and see what happens with your account, not mine. You're the one that says it's fake. I'm telling you they're real. So these are real orders. You have to understand. You know, yes, I always get people that come up and says, "Oh yeah, you know, these are fake orders." I don't know what that word fake means. Okay, there's no such thing of fake orders. There's no brokerage firm that could put a fake order. They could cancel an order, but those are real orders. Okay, because somebody changed their mind. Absolutely, I know somebody just changed his mind. Right in front of getting married in the church. Just said, "You know what?" Freaked out and changed his mind. It happens. You know, you never went out there and put an order out there and says, "You know what? I think I like this stock. I want to hold on to it." Change your mind all the time, but they are real orders. But the thing is this, it's not what you think, it's what they think. Let me tell you what also one of my mentors always taught me. He says, Fausto, once you think you know something about the stock market, you're going to lose everything. And I'm like, how is that possible? How am I going to, how did I lose that? How am I going to lose that? He says, well, you see, it doesn't matter what you think because you're probably going to trade probably 1,000 shares, 3,000 shares. Some of you here are probably trading, I don't know, 100 shares, 200, 300. It's the guy right here that's trading 353,000 shares that's going to make a difference. Okay, because he's the one that's holding the stock when it goes from 1370, and you're wondering why it hit 14, it came back down. And I don't care who taught you this, because I know people says, oh yeah, that's a double top. That's the reason why it went down. First of all, what does that mean? What does a double top mean? And how could you guarantee me that because it's a double top or a triple bottom that it's going to go down? I'll tell you what it means. Okay, it means that there's over 300, not even the 300,000. Look at all these orders out there, 150,000. There are a lot of orders out there. You think the 15,000 share guy is going to resist the stock? Or do you think the guy that's sitting there with 500,000 shares are looking to resist the stock? Okay, follow the money. Does that seem hard? Follow the money. And how do you follow the money? Is by being a student at Cybertree University and us teaching you so you could see this every single day. How many of you guys would like to see this in real time? How many of you guys want to see this actually says, you know what, Fausto, this sounds pretty interesting. Actually, I have people say it all the time. Why is nobody talking about this? Why? This is the first time I ever heard of this. Because some people are not traders. This is not what they do, okay? All they care about is selling you courses and buying their indicators and their alert letters. That does not make you money, guys. What makes you money is learning how to play the game, not by trying to sell you a course and to buy their indicator. That doesn't make you money. You got to be, not only, it helps, but you need the other aspect of it. You need to be trading with it and seeing it in real time. James Rosedow, another very loyal student of Cybertree University. Thank you very much, James, for sharing that. Once again, students are here. They're here to recruit you. They want you to be part of our school, part of our team. But you got to make sure this is for you or not, because I'm telling you guys, it's not for everybody. It's okay. But to try to go out there and try to figure it out on your own and watch a couple of YouTube videos and read a book, do you know you'll learn more by risking $50 in a trade than buying a $50 book. Greg, I totally agree with you. There are a lot of fakes out there. And you know what, Greg? There's also a lot of fake colleges out there. I hate to say it. Yeah, I'm going to schools, and it seems like all they care about is they want you to get student loans and go to their school and make you go out there and and try to force you to get accepted in their school. Listen, college is not for everybody. Trading is not for everybody at the end of the day. But you have to be smarter than that. It's not about just, listen, we all need to be educated. And every single one of you, I recommend you do this. Try the program. What's the worst thing that could happen? You actually learn something and make money doing it. But you should all learn a little bit from everybody. You should go out there, try a little program, sample it, and see if it's for you. And that's right, John. I mean, listen, and it's not the $87. I'm going to tell you guys, for $19, you could start out. And if it's for you, start small, and see if it's for you or not. At least you know the truth of what trading's about. But think about it. How many of you guys really knew about level 3 trading? How many of you guys knew about what ECNs are? Now, the next question is, when orders are filled on level 3, where do they go? Okay, and how do we know that? Okay, now this is the other great thing. Time and sales. Time and sales. How many of you here are using a time and sales window? Understand something. A chart gets its data from time and sales. Well, John, thank you very much. I look forward to it. All right. Okay. So time and sales is where the chart gets its data from. So just think about it. Look at this time and sales screen. Green means trades are going off on the offer. And look how many transactions are going off within those couple of seconds. And when you look at a chart, and you look at a 1 minute chart, you're 1 minute behind. You could just follow the time and sales. One thing that we teach you how to read the ticker. This is called tape reading. I'm a tape reader. Just read the tape and you know exactly where the direction of the stock is going. You need a chart to tell you that. The chart is what happened in the past. It's not always indicative of the future. It helps, but how many of you actually saw stocks break all-time highs and like, how did that happen? My indicator didn't tell me that. My mentor didn't tell me that. You have to learn how to play the game. That's what trading is. It's a game. All you have to do, ladies and gentlemen, is follow the money. That's all you need to do. Follow the money. How hard is that to do that? How many of you here are following the 50, the 100,000 share buyers and sellers out there? Any of you guys doing that right now? I mean, look at that. Not too many. Quick question. When I say trades at the best bid and ask means buys and sells. That's right. Those are the buyers and those are the sellers. Absolutely. So when you look here in the next slide, let's look at this stock right here. Let's look at this ticker. What do you think the stock's doing, going up or going down? What do you think this is doing? Looking at this time and sales. Up or down? I don't know. Did you need a chart to tell you that? I mean, that's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Just follow the money. That's all you have to do. Follow the orders. You see, now that you have a little bit of a concept of what the actual style of trading at Cybertree University, basically our style is, all we do is we follow the money. Now the next thing I want to talk about is, how do you find these stocks? Now the next question, because that's the next thing people ask, and you have to understand something. To know what to find, you first have to know how to trade, okay? You can't go out in a car, you know, and decide you want to race the Indy 500. Meanwhile, you don't even know how to even get in the car and put the key in the ignition. You have to understand that. But you have to, one thing everyone does understand, it does pay a lot of money. It is a great, great job. And you could see it doesn't take that much money to trade to make money doing this. Now, rule number 3, controlling your losses. Now, this is one of the hardest things to teach. Here at Cybertree University, the biggest effort that we focus on, we're not here. Listen, if you're looking for a school to tell you what to buy and sell, if you're looking for a newsletter, if you're looking for somebody that's going to tell you, look at this, look at that, you're in the wrong place. Here at Cybertree University, we don't do that. First of all, it's illegal. You're not allowed to do that unless you're registered, okay? I mean, I was a registered rep. You can't go out there and tell people, use the word hot stocks. That's illegal. We're very, very compliant, and that's why I've been in business for 25 years. Now, what do we do to, so our goal, what we teach at Cybertree University is we're here to teach you how to figure it out on your own. And one of the biggest things that we preach is basically how to control losses. Because everybody's like, yeah, how do I do that? I keep making those butthole mistakes. I keep getting myself in trouble. I always get my caught, and I get, you know, I tried the day trade, and then, you know, and then all of a sudden I lost all this money. And you know what's so funny? I had somebody in the audience. I did a presentation not too long ago, and someone says, yeah, you're day trading, you're gonna lose all your money. And I felt bad for the guy. I'm like, you know, first of all, he was being very rude, but I'm like, you know, sir, I apologize that you lost your money, but how did that happen? I'm just curious, can I help you out? What stock did you trade? Oh, you know, I had this stock, you know, I was trading Netflix, and it went from like, you know, went from like 200 and went to, and I held it and went to like 160. I'm like, first of all, can I ask you a question? I never remember Netflix going down 40 points in one day. Oh, no. What happened was I had it for about 2 months. I'm like, oh, well, sir, first of all, let's get something clear. You were not day trading. You were swing trading. Oh, but it was a day trade, and then I want to take a loss on swing trade. I'm like, okay, well, get your story straight, because you obviously were mixing, and we all know what happens when you mix. doesn't go very well, okay? So you try to be a day trader, and then because you lost money, you didn't know how to take a loss. Now you became a swing trade, and now you lost everything. And then my next question was, why were you trading Netflix? Who told you to? I don't even trade Netflix. Why would I trade Netflix? You deal with the best traders in the world. I'm not here to trade with the best traders in the world. I want to trade a stock like this, TRXC. Stock goes from $3 to $3.90. That's what I want to trade. I want to buy. I want to risk less but more reward. So he's like, oh, but these stocks don't really exist. These are penny stocks. I'm like, sir, can I ask you an honest question? Who really trained you? Well, what was that supposed to mean? Do you hear this? I'm like, sir, I'm just trying to help you. Who really trained you? Listen, if I put myself in his shoes, if I, God forbid, need surgery, do you think I'm just going to go to anybody? Or you assume the guy, you went to college, learned how to do it. You think I'm just going to go off some bum on the street and say, hey, by the way, could you do brain surgery on one? Because I don't want to pay for medical insurance. Hey, guys, it's the same exact thing. You got, who really trained you? So my point that I'm getting to is that when it comes to trading, people end up losing their temper and get very, agitated, and they don't want to look themselves in the mirror. Listen, do you guys love trading? Do you see this being a career? Do you feel like you could do this? Listen, you got to go out there and you have to learn from mentors. And let me tell you one of the big things I've learned. That I also a mistake that I made. Okay, rule number 4. Any of you guys journaling your trades? Any of you guys have a good program? So we give our students a program which helps analyze your production and your performance. Anybody here doing this? Anyone know why they lost money and why they made money? Anyone here journaling their trades and going back at the end of the day, reviewing it? Sometimes, you know what? If you're making $250,000, William, sometimes a good answer. Okay, there's almost 100 people here, and what am I getting? Only 3 and 4 people just answering that question? So you really have to know how to play the game. You need to know how to do your homework. By the way, you have anybody reviewing your journals? That's what we do here at Cybertree University. You got to understand something. Trading is a job. This is not investing. You got to keep a journal, and you have to basically, it will train you how to break bad habits and also train in a way that makes you feel comfortable. Any of you guys freak out when you do a trade and like, oh my God, I don't know if it's going up or if it's going down, everything. It's part of it. You have to know how to play the game, guys. But I'll tell you what everybody wants to do. Everybody wants to learn indicators. I just did an event in Chicago, and we did a tour. I got us a tour to do a tour down on the CBOE. Anyone ever been to the New York Stock Exchange? Any of you guys ever been to the any of you ever been to the Chicago Exchange, the floor? Any of you ever actually physically really been in a professional, real brokerage firm's trading room? Any of you guys ever seen that before? Just be honest. Yes, no. Some of you have. Okay, good. And obviously a lot of you are students. So anyway, if you notice, traders have no time to look at an indicator, okay? They are looking at orders, all right? The problem with indicators, it's technical analysis paralysis. It's lagging. Now, they're good for swing trading. They're good for investing, but it does not work for day trading. If anybody out there is preaching, if anyone out there is preaching indicators for day trading, they're not a real day trader. You have to understand something. Most of the money is being made within the first hour of the open and the last half hour of the close. So how is an indicator going to tell you the direction's going when you're already done within the first 15, 20 minutes of the open? And how's an indicator going to kick in if you're not trading to the last 30 minutes of the close? It's just so much easier just to follow the orders. Just follow the market. Just follow where the buyers and sellers are. Because when you start adding all these indicators versus not following orders, you're basically chasing. Once again, I'm not here to knock indicators because I have a lot of good friends of mine. They're very, very, very big indicators. But if you are a day trader, you cannot use indicators. If you're a swing trader, an options trader, an investor, yes, you can. But just remember, when you add indicators, they're laggers. They're not leaders. So rule number 5 is the KISS method. Keep it super simple. So let's talk about some stocks that we traded this week. Now that we know a little bit about what our philosophy here at Cybertree University is, let's talk about some stocks that we traded. I don't know if you guys saw stocks like AMD. These stocks that we just traded just the last couple of days. And you could see all of them made their big moves early in the morning. You see that? AMD from 9 to 10 o'clock, 9:30 to 10, goes from 1385 to 1425. Micron Technologies makes this big pop right around 10:30, and it's done around 11:30, and then it's flatline. SNCR, great short at the open. 9:30 goes from 16 all the way down to 14, about 30 minutes. Momo, morning pop right there, 33 all the way to 34.50. I mean, if you do the math, if you bought 1,000 shares of these stocks, $1,000 a day, $250,000, who here doesn't want that job? Phil, that's not true. I don't know who really, madness in what way? There's no madness when we trade those stocks. By the way, Phil and everyone else, would you like to see what madness is not? Because actually the most money that we make is not really in the open, it's actually in the pre-market. Any of you guys have access in pre-market? But because that's where we make most of our money. So what I'm looking to do, guys, is this. I want to invite all of you to join me to see what pre-market trading is. And what I want you guys to do is I want to introduce you to the everyday mom and pops, engineers, IT, entrepreneurs, pilots, border control, military, people out there that do this every day. And see if, and see stocks like this and say, wow, where do you guys find these stocks? Where do they come from? Because let me tell you something, when you realize how great this job is and you realize that, you know what, if you just made just a lousy little stinking 50 cents a day on 1,000 shares, you're talking about a 6-figure salary. Who here doesn't want that job? I'm telling you, trading pays a very, very good salary. But to know how to trade that salary, you know how to play the game. Now, William, about the you trade the S&P minis. I don't trade the S&Ps, okay? Because I would rather trade a stock like I'll give you an example. And I'm going to talk about some of the stocks that we traded today, okay? Going to give you basically a little idea what we traded today. See if you guys saw any of these stocks, okay? So let me go out there and just share my screen one more time. All right, so here's the execution system. Did any of you guys trade SPPI today? We're going to talk about that one, Kathleen and John. Absolutely. Do any of you guys who is not a student? I know everyone's talking about IBM today, right? IBM is the big news. IBM 152 to 161, and if you notice, it didn't really kick in until right here in the pre-market, right? Look at that's all the pre-market move. Any of you guys trading pre-market? So when you look at it, but when it finally made its move, it was about 9:30. Who here is going to go out there and risk $150,000 worth of stock? And I get people says, well, I could trade the options. Okay. All right. So that's a poor man playing a rich man's game. If you can't afford the stock, you really can't afford to trade. That's what my mentors taught me. Trade something you can afford. The only reason why you're trading options is because you're using it for leverage because you found a good stock that you can make money on it. But you know what? At the end of the day, how about this stock right here, OPTT, a $2 stock up 44%. Stock goes from right at 9:30, goes from $1.60, in a matter of 15 minutes, it goes to $2.40. Who here has a problem making $1,000 on a $1,600 investment. I would rather trade this than trade IBM. This is 100 times less money, and it also had 10 times more volatility in it. Anybody wrong with that? DREO, right out of the gate, 9:30. Stock goes from $2 all the way to $260. Anybody have a problem with that? Now, you probably ask me, oh, why did the company go up? What made it go up? You think I really care, ladies and gentlemen? My mentor says, Fausto, the less you know, the better it is. You just want to make money. That's why you're here. You think when you go home and you see your spouse and you say, honey, we're going to buy that new kitchen. And like, wow, how are we buying that new kitchen? What did you do? Oh, I had a good stock. I'm doing good at my job, trading. You think she's going to be asking you like, what did you trade? Did you trade Apple? Did you trade Facebook? I'm like, no, they didn't do anything. But most people think, well, let's go see what Facebook is doing because it's Facebook. How to trade Facebook? What did Facebook do? It went from $177 to $175. Joe says, why did you think OPTT was on the way up? Well, Joe, you know what? I just basically answered that question earlier when I asked you that question. And I'm going to ask you again, Joe, how does stocks go up and go down in the market? How do they go up? Supply and demand. Supply and demand. That's exactly how they go. So what do you think we do? We follow the orders. Buyers came in and they pushed the stock up. Does that seem like a problem? All right, so let me just get back to the PowerPoint. So let me move this in. Let me get back over here. And let's move a little bit here. A poll question. What holds you, what's been holding you back in your trading? Just out of curiosity. What's been holding you guys back? So let's go do a quick poll question here. Is it been money? Is it been finding good trades, lack of education, timing? What's really preventing you from fulfilling your goal? Why are you here? Managing risk? Okay, wow. We're getting a lot of those. All right. Finding good trades. Timing has been an issue. Okay. Managing your risk. Okay. The reason why probably a lot of you are probably answering that question more than the other ones that I'm seeing is because that's one of the big issues what we preach at Cybertree University. It's all about money management. You can't run a successful home or a successful business if you don't have good money management risks. But to get to management risk, which a lot of you are having that problem, which is normal, why most people are probably answering that more than anything, it's because of lack of education. And without the proper education, you're not going to find good trades. I can't explain the money issue. Timing, listen, it's never a good time for anybody. Who's got to go to the doctor? Who's got to, go on vacation or I'm doing this or doing that. It's never a good time. So time, you got to listen. If you got money in the market and you're trading, you obviously have time. But management risk, it all starts from lack of education. Same thing with finding good trades. Money's money. I mean, if you can't afford it, you can't afford it, which is perfectly fine, which leads me to answer that question. Like, listen, if you can't afford to trade, if you don't have the money, then you're better off not even doing it. Listen, at the end of the day, I want to let you guys know, trading, no matter if it's futures, forex, options, whatever you're doing, is really the best job in the world because you're going to be your own boss, but you have to learn from mentors. And if it's not for me, you got to learn from somebody. You got to learn from somebody in the industry. You can't go out there and think you're going to learn on your own. And please, books don't talk back to you. All right? So this is what I'm asking everyone to do. I want you to come and join the original trading room that I started over 25 years ago. Okay? If you want to see how the original trading room is and how my own students have started their own schools, my own instructors have started their own trading rooms. If you want to know why, because our thing, what we try to preach here, we're not looking to hold anyone hostage. We don't want you to be in there and think like, oh, without this, I can't move on. You know, some people like to stay on, you know, but if you can, you know, will be very flattering that you went out and able to continue what we're doing. Because, you know, the more people out there that preach what we do, the better it is for the industry. But I want you to meet and come and join in my trading room. Meet the Andreas, the Lawrence, the Benitos, the Jeffs, you know, the Davids, you know, meet the instructors. Look how we basically work with our students. Look how they work together without us telling you what to buy and sell. You want to know how to go out there and do it yourself. So if you want to meet the everyday trader, come and join us in our trading room, see what it's all about. So what you're going to get, ladies and gentlemen, and what we're asking you guys to do is come out here, join our trading room. It's online. Talk to an education advisor. See the professionalism on customer service, how we actually are going to mentor you, get you into the game to see what it is. And you know what? If you don't move forward with us, listen, it's okay. We're not making a big deal about it. But we'd rather you know what you're getting yourself involved in than going out there and trying to do it on your own. So how could you start learning today, ladies and gentlemen, and being part of, you know, the training, be a cyber trader like the students, the everyday students here at Cybertree University? It's all you need to do. The Day Trading Mastery Bundle. This is what I wanted to do. For $19, okay, this is what we want. We're looking for serious traders, okay? Why we're charging $19? The $19 covers the webinar technology, okay? For you to be in our trading room for 1 week, that's what basically that number comes up with. But this is what you're going to get. You're going to get the Cyber Group trading room. You're going to get 3 daily market meetings. You're going to get the morning and afternoon watch list. You're going to get live Q&A training sessions. You're going to get your own personal education advisor, and we're not done there. For the first 10 people that register right now, you will get a free coaching class from me. Now, why would I want to waste my time? People's like, my God, Fausto, you can talk to me? Well, listen, I'm looking to recruit traders. I need more successful traders, people that are serious, that want to do this as a career. And if you're going to do it seriously, I'll take you seriously. But we're not done there. Bonus offer number 2, you're going to get 5 pro working workshops that are going to teach you how to trade. You're also going to get hundreds of hours of trading strategy programs and recordings. Okay, so you're going to be getting all this. All you need to do is go to c2.co.mastery or call us up right now, and we'll get you registered, okay, on the website. So that's basically what we're looking to do. And guys, if you're not satisfied, we'll give you $19 back. We'll give you $19 back. You know, we really don't need the $19. We're just doing it because we're looking for serious traders. That's what we're looking for. So for the first 10 people, if you register right now, you'll get a free consultation with me. And for everyone else, if I'm not able to talk to you, you'll talk to one of the instructors here. And then, but you're going to get all this bonus stuff. Because the thing is this, I want you guys to remember, trading is not for everybody. John, it's just another trading platform that we use. We use that one. We use the View Trader. We use the Trade Station. We use TradeWorks. We use them all. Okay? Dennis, like I said, if you don't like it and if it's not for you, we'll give you $19 back. At least you get all these benefits. At least you know what you're getting yourself involved in. That's right, Phil. With the conjunction with Fausto's experience, we will be a win-win combo. That's the whole idea. Because, guys, the whole thing is this. The way you and I are going to make money is we're going to trade together. That's basically it. If you know how to speak the language, you're going to make my life easier. You're going to make some good call outs, but you can't, you can't be successful if you can't contribute, if you don't even know how to play the game. John, TradeStation is one of the preferred platforms we'll use for day trading. But once again, John, it depends what kind of trader you are. If you're doing a little options trading, I probably would recommend a different platform, TradeWorks, a Thinkorswim platform. It depends what kind of trader you are. Just really quick, guys, I'm getting a couple of orders in right now. Just want to let you know, Aquila from New Hampshire, congratulations. Look forward to talking to you. You're one of the lucky ones that just got in. John from California. Sorry, I got something in my eye. Thanks for registering. Look forward to talking to you. Bill from Canada, Ontario. Congratulations. Look forward to talking to you. All right. Anybody? Anyone? Aquila, I'm sorry. From New Mexico. I apologize. New Mexico. I apologize. Thank you. I trade options and futures and stocks. Well, John, you know what? It's good that you know a little bit of everything, but you can't trade everything. Okay. You got to really be a master of one, not a master of all. That's what I was trained. But you should know a little bit about everything, what they do, and you should understand what makes everything a little bit different. But I'm just telling you right now, if you want to trade options, you first have to be a successful stock trader, because it's the movement of the stock that makes an option move. And if you don't know if you can't do that, it's 10 times harder to do it in options. Can this be done if I'm a full-time employee who's worked during the trading hours? Well, Fred, let me tell you, our ultimate goal is to hopefully make you quit your job and do this as a career, but the thing is, you can do this as an employee, during the day, because you'll get the videos and everything else, and then you make a judgment call from there. Any other questions? Any other questions? Fred, can this be done if I'm a full-time employee? Okay, I'm sorry. John, we'll look forward to catching up with and see you on the 23rd. John, I look forward to talking to you then also. All right? Look forward to talking to you then. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, sorry we went over about 13 minutes, but for the meantime, give us a call. Look forward to talking to you. And hopefully you get to see what it's like to be a professional trader, being part of the trading room. So thanks for taking the time to be here. And thanks, everyone. And like I said, if you can't make it tomorrow or right away, you can always postpone it. Just register and we'll get you in there. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for coming.